Jean-Pierre Brisset, the linguist who heard frogs speak. Jean-Pierre Brisset, 1837 to 1919, was a French autodidact whose theories about the origins of human language were both bizarre and fascinating. Though largely dismissed in his time, his work has intrigued scholars interested in the deep connections between phonetics, etymology, and biological evolution. 1. From fungi and amphibians to language. Brisset began his intellectual journey with biology, particularly studying fungi and amphibians, organisms that fascinated scientists for their rapid evolutionary adaptations. His observations of frogs led him to an astonishing conclusion. Humans evolved from frogs, and our language is a direct descendant of frog sounds. This radical idea emerged from his attempt to decode the phonetic similarities between human speech and amphibian croaks. While modern science rejects his evolutionary claims, his approach, finding hidden links between sound and meaning, prefigured later linguistic theories. 2. Frog sounds and the birth of human speech. Brisset believed that prehistoric humans did not invent language arbitrarily but instead imitated natural sounds, especially those of frogs. He claimed that many foundational words in French, and other languages, echoed the calls and croaks of amphibians. Example: Brisset noticed that in French, the phrase grenelle, frog, contains gr, a sound that mimics the guttural croaks of real frogs. He argued that these phonemes were not coincidental but rather a remnant of our frog-like ancestors' speech patterns. Key claim: many human words, when broken down phonetically, contain echoes of ancient amphibian vocalizations. 3. Mystical connections between sounds and meaning. Brisset's approach to language wasn't purely etymological, it had a mystical dimension. He saw a deep, hidden order in how words formed and believed that language encoded biological truths. A few of his wildest ideas. Mo-ar, French for me, comes from moat, moist, because amphibians are wet creatures. Humans were originally aquatic, explaining why words related to water often reflect primal identity. The French verb nager, to swim, comes from nageoir, fin, linking our speech to a lost amphibian ancestry. These theories were met with ridicule by mainstream scholars, but they prefigured later linguistic explorations into the deep structures of phonetics and evolution. 4. Brisset's influence and later fascination. While Brisset was mostly ignored during his lifetime, his eccentric brilliance was rediscovered in the 20th century by avant-garde thinkers and surrealists. The pataphysician Alfred Jarry and Dadaists admired his work as an example of radical, creative thought. Philosophers like Michel Foucault noted that Brisset's obsession with phonetic connections reflected the way language shapes our perception of reality. Modern linguistics, particularly phonosemantics, which studies the relationship between sound and meaning, explores similar themes, though without the amphibian focus. 5. A legacy of linguistic madness? Or a genius before his time? Brisset's work is often seen as a case of overreaching pattern recognition, finding too much meaning in random phonetic similarities. But at its core, his ideas touch on fundamental linguistic questions. Are words arbitrary, or do they emerge from natural patterns? Did human speech evolve from imitating environmental sounds? Can biological evolution and linguistic evolution be deeply intertwined? Though mainstream linguistics does not accept his frog-human ancestry, some of his ideas about sound symbolism, phonetics, and evolutionary linguistics still resonate in modern discussions.